Oh, hello.
Hello, people of the world. What's up, Hal?
Mark, I saw 2 movies yesterday and I want to talk about them.
Oh, this is exciting. Did you finally go to Barbenheimer?
No, I went to Barbenheimer when Barbenheimer was in theaters. I went to see The Marvels yesterday and I loved it.
How was it?
So good. It was so
Great.
good.
What's up, Greg on? Yeah.
Also,
the cast is great. The advertising has made it look hilarious and fun.
Great cast.
Yeah.
It's significant for the future of the MCU. It's all good stuff.
It is.
Then I saw another movie. I saw The Holdovers with Paul Giamatti.
What is The Holdovers?
It is a new Alexander Payne movie about where Paul Giamatti plays an ancient civilization professor at a New England boarding school in the early 1970s who is tasked with staying with all the kids who don't have anywhere to go holiday break. So he has to watch them.
I've seen the trailer for this. It's a Christmas version of the teacher making a difference movie, right? There's a lot of teacher making a difference movies.
It's an Alexander Payne movie. So it's a lot of characters, a lot of interesting characters interacting with one another. I think this is an early prediction. I know that the award season has not started yet, but I think that he could get a Best Actor nomination. And the woman who plays the cafeteria manager, whose name I do not remember, she also plays the detective in Only Murders in the Building. I think she could get nominated for Best Supporting Actress. I think their performances are that strong. But came out at the wrong time of year. Like maybe a little later, like December feels like, well, we're sort of in the pocket for that stuff now, I guess.
I feel like this is the pocket for Oscar bait movies. And now we can talk about movies and stuff again. Now that the strike's over, we can talk about pop culture and movies and TV shows and things that actors do and get excited.
That's why I started with that immediately. We do have a special guest coming who will be here in a little bit. They are running late. Hello, Kate McManus.
Hello, Kate McManus. Yes.
So nice to see you.
We do. I'm very excited about our special guest.
Our guests will probably be here in the next 10 minutes. So when they arrive, I will have to go down and get them. They will physically be here with me in this space. And I'll say nothing more about it because we haven't. I don't know how many people even knew we were having a guest. I posted about it like a couple hours ago. So
I'm very jealous that you are getting to have the guest in your physical space, and I cannot. I can only say hello to the guest via the internet.
That's right. But next time you can have the guests.
That's true. Next time I'll have the guest at mine.
We can take turns having guests.
Great. I love it.
So we've got fun and games like we always do. This is also for anyone who has never been here before, has never been a part of this. This is our chance to just sort of hang with you. You give us feedback, your thoughts on episodes, what you liked, what you didn't like. No topics. Any questions you have for us, either about the show or about other
Greg,
things we've done.
I'm so glad you asked.
Career. Go ahead.
Greg asked about my hat on a hat.
Oh yeah. What is that?
It is this hat has a picture of this hat on it, which also has a picture of this hat on it.
Where did you get that?
It's my Inception hat. Here's the thing about the Instagram algorithm. It gets specific. And sometimes late at night you go, I mean, shut up, Instagram. But yes, of course I want a hat with a picture of the very hat that I'm wearing on it. Shelly, I'm sorry we interrupted your Christmas decorating. I'm glad you're having the break, though. My Christmas decorating, I've taken all of the stuff down. Sorry, let me turn this off. Doing a project now that we can do projects again.
By the way, this is a moment. This is very similar to recording. Usually at the beginning of every episode, Mark realizes he has not turned off his notifications.
I haven't put it on moon mode yet, which was a phrase I got from either you or Ken.
Not from me. I call it do not disturb.
I think Ken gave me moon mode.
Sure.
which I thought
Ken,
was
did you
pretty
give
funny.
Ken? Come on here. Did you give him moon mode? Is that you?
I did not. I would not call it moon mode. Just because it has a moon on it, I would not call it moon mode. So I don't know where that came from.
Oh, maybe it came from elsewhere. I don't know. But I love calling it moon mode. I will preach the gospel of calling it moon mode.
Sure.
Because it's so much faster. It's alliterative. It's short. Do not disturb.
There's a little picture of a moon.
Mostly alliterative.
I get
There's
it.
a little picture of a moon. Yeah. It's moon mode, man.
Yeah, stand in your power.
Yeah. I'm a short king, man. I'm standing in my power.
That's right, short king. You stand in your power.
Hey, there it is. What are you reading from Kate McManus?
Oh, I have
love
one.
it. What are you reading?
It is called, I have to get the title of it. It's called MCU: The Reign of Marvel Studios by Joanna Robinson. I think a couple of other people.
I think
it is
three authors or
three authors. Yes, it is a completely comprehensive history of the MCU. It ends
unofficial.
Well, hold on. What are you working on the official book here? What's going on?
Yeah.
Can I finish telling my story?
I feel like Ken is contractually required just by being Ken Plume to go unofficial.
Yeah, I might have said it was unofficial at one point had I been able to finish. But it ends in March. That's right. It ends in March. Back to your hole. It ends in March of 2023. So you get a lot of the really recent stuff, and then it goes way, way, way back to Toy Biz's acquisition of Marvel and how that happened and how they started licensing out all these characters for other films and sort of that path and how it led them to create their own studio. And just like, it's really, really interesting. Not only as somebody who loves the MCU, and I've certainly followed everything about it, and I love all the behind the scenes stuff. There was a lot in here that I just wasn't aware of. So having it all in one place, even though it's unofficial, it's great book. Really, really, thank you. It is a really, really great book. And just anybody who is a fan of sort of the building of entertainment companies or the MCU in particular, I think you would love it.
I like that. So it's not about at first I thought when you said it was a history of the MCU, I thought it was a deep dive into the actual stories themselves and how they all connect. This is a behind the scenes dive into the MCU.
Really the story of Marvel Studios.
I like that. Speaking of behind the scenes dives, I'm currently reading Eric Frattini's The Entity, which is all about I had gotten this book early on when we were doing Blood and Treasure and never finished it, and I started it back up. It is about the secret Vatican police and the 500 years of the Vatican doing things like being involved in the Bay of Pigs invasion, not the Bay of Pigs invasion, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and trying to avert that, and them working as sort of quiet intermediaries in a lot of world events, and it is a fascinating read. I'm also still working my way through and notating as I go my Chekhov book, my Michael Chekhov acting book, because I'm loving my Michael Chekhov acting class.
You know, just going back to the first thing you're reading, I've long said when you were on Blood and Treasure, which now you can watch the entirety of on Paramount Plus, so we can talk about these things.
Look at that. I don't think, unless they put it back on, I think it's just
maybe it's
Amazon
off of there
now.
Of course.
They pulled us,
of course.
Yeah.
Well, it'll go back at some point. That stuff yo-yos around.
It'll go back, yeah.
I've always thought, and I don't know if the creators of that show will listen, because there's still a gold mine there, that the real show in that is the Secret Vatican Police and a show.
Secret Vatican Police is a fascinating, it's a wild world, man.
I wanted to see like a police procedural type of show, but with you as Father Chuck.
Dude, I would love that.
The Secret Vatican Police.
There was a train. No, it wasn't a train, because they wouldn't have had trains back then. This was when Napoleon was taking over all of Europe and bringing everything back to the Louvre, or back to whatever archives of art and literature and world culture he was bringing back. And there was a whole wagon load of Vatican papers that got that he was taking from the Vatican to very important papers he was taking from the Vatican to Paris, and somehow got either a storm or robbers or something along the way. So this whole trove of Vatican knowledge is just dispersed throughout the world. and like all of these crazy stories. That's the shorter version. Oh, Jeffy baby. What's up, Jeffy baby? Can you talk about the work I've done with Writers Strong's charity helping children write? It's actually not Writers charity. It is a group called Young Storytellers that Writer got me involved with. Young Storytellers is great. I go every Friday now, and it is just for 1 hour. It's an 8 or 9 week session, and you teach kids, you teach fifth graders the art of creating a 5-page screenplay. And then at the end, you have something called the Big Show. And the Big Show is the people running the thing. Ryder was one of the co-directors or one of the head mentors the first time I did it. Annie's a head mentor now. Kirsten Kluver's another head mentor that we're working with at a different elementary school. And actors come in on the final day and do a performance of all of these kids' screenplays. And having been on both the mentoring the writer side and the actor on the Big Show Day side, being the actor on the Big Show Day, specifically the audition process, is terrifying. When you're standing in front of a dozen fifth graders and their mentors saying, here's what I can do. I can play bad guys. I can play animals. And you just do these wacky auditions just for the fifth graders. And they sit there like, no. But they're all very sweet. And then they do something called The Biggest Show in downtown LA, which is an annual show where they get the best scripts from the year of all the kids. And they get like big, huge stars to read those. And they do it at the Ace Hotel. It's a lot of fun. Check out Young Storytellers. Yeah. That's the short-ish version, I guess.
Yeah.
You got to come. Have you ever done a big show, Hal?
No, I've always been working when stuff was happening, so I was never
it's
able
always
to be
during
part
a school
of it.
day.
But definitely, I've been part of those emails for a very long time.
Yeah, it's really
at some point. I would love to do it. I love doing that kind of stuff. I think that'd be really fun. Both mentoring a storyteller and coming and auditioning and being passed on by an entire line of fifth graders.
Oh my gosh, it is so harrowing. But and then, like, there was one because it was Ryder's group. There was a big show that was basically the cast of Boy Meets World. It was Will Friedle and Ryder and who played Topanga?
Danielle Fishel.
Danielle Fishel. And then, but it was all just like total ringers, years and years of TV experience. Everyone was terrified of the audition. And we were all sitting there like, I'm so nervous about this audition. I know I feel so, I don't know what to do. How are we going to do this? And everybody got very scared of it. What would you like, Hal, what book would you like to do the audiobook for?
Boy, anyone that will hire me. I'm not picky. I feel like that's an area where I've done one audiobook and it was for financial literacy.
Yeah.
Something fictional, probably some sort of fiction book, maybe something in the sci-fi or fantasy realm might be good. It would also be fun to do like one of those, like you know what I want to do? I want to take all the tapes that Judy Garland recorded for her autobiography and record them as an actual audiobook. I want them edited into your audiobook and record them. I'm going to let you answer this. Our guest is here.
Judy, okay. Oh, our guest is here.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll be back.
All right. Oh, wow. My head just got huge on the screen. Hi, Ken, come on. I want somebody to talk to. Can I have some trivia questions?
No, we have another question for you.
Oh, spinning wheel. Do we have Ken? There he is.
Yeah,
hey,
no,
buddy.
I'm here. You got a spinning wheel?
I had it just for a second. To answer the audiobook question, Will talked about it of course, on Pod Meets World. Yeah. He was intimidated by my young storytellers. Okay, so for that particular young storytellers, I knew what was going to happen. So I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I don't want to go up there and flounder. I wrote a poem, and I wrote out a poem of how I came a little prepared. I didn't mean to throw anybody else under the bus that didn't come as prepared. So apologies to
what is your preparation for an audition on average?
Just in general?
Yeah, your level of preparation. How loose
read as much of the script as I can. I memorize it.
So you're off
that process. Yeah. Getting off book is the biggest part of the process.
Are you dramatic about it when you go into the room? Do you like set the script down dramatically and then walk up to
I tear it in half.
And throw it at them?
I tear it into a million little pieces
so
and
they
throw
know
it at them and say, I don't need this. And then when I call for line, they have to pick up each individual piece and put it back together.
But you also perform all characters in the scene, right? So they have choices.
Yeah. It's going back.
I liked him as all of them. We should hire him as all of them.
I don't know who to pick him to play.
Can you do
what audiobook would you narrate, Ken?
I do the MCU book. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Any children's book is fun. Anything you do voices for.
Children's books are a blast for auditioning, yeah, or for audiobooks. I like doing audiobooks.
Do you do voices when you do? Because you've done plenty of audiobooks. Do you do character voices?
I sort of gently lay it in.
Are you a Jim Dale?
I'm not a Jim Dale. I kind of lay just a little bit. I try to find some of them. I'll give a little bit of a drawl to, or like a New York accent or a Southern, if it says where they're from. But a lot of times I'll just give them an energy. You know what I mean?
And an accent you can.
This guy moves a little
multiple
fast.
reasons pull off within a.
I can pull off a few different accents. It is weird with the audiobooks I do to, because I have a list next to me, and what I do frequently is I cast it. So what I'm doing is a bad impression of a famous actor, but a light touch bad impressions of famous actors. But I know the cast.
Well, I'm going to have to ask you to give me at least one of them that has appeared. Do you ever go to? Do you have someone you've cast in multiple roles in multiple books?
Yes, because a lot of them are serialized. So Frank, what the hell is his last name? Frank something, who is Frank Winslow, who is currently the president of the United States in this one book I'm reading. Now, this is not actually an accurate James Spader impression, but it's where I began to start about how Frank Winslow would talk. Yeah, and then there
all I'm hearing is Ultron.
Another guy that. Yeah, I just wanted to. I gave him a kind of an Ed Harris thing. I wanted one guy who was just kind of a little quieter spoken. Everything was a little more deliberate. So that was Ed Harris. So I have like my list of.
What's the most extreme you've gone?
The one that I did that I didn't realize that it was going to be one of the major characters throughout the whole thing. And I guess it was because I was doing Blood and Treasure at the time, so I had a little bit of. I'd been working on a Boston accent. But I full on was like, oh, the Secretary of Defense is played by Dennis Leary. So every time we're in a meeting talking, a lot of this comes out here. And Frank Winslow has to calm him down. But no, he's going to talk about this. But, we can't be going into the South China Sea like that. I don't know. I think that. So it's a lot of sometimes regionalism. Sometimes it's just flavors and textures.
I mean, if people are not sold on these audiobooks already.
Yeah, I do like doing audiobooks that are in first person, though. You know what I mean? Because then it feels like I'm telling my story, and it's a little easier to, like, acting-wise, invest in it. Yeah, I think you're right, though. A children's book it's so fun.
Do you have a children's book that's your go-to? Favorite from childhood that you would love to put your stamp on?
Yeah, but it's not in my voice, and I wouldn't dare to try and speak in the voice that this book is written in. And that's the monster at the end of this book, featuring lovable furry old Grover. We have Hal is back with our guest.
Well, he has the ability. I'm hoping he'll add himself in when he's ready to go. If he's ready to go, Hal, come back in with the mystery guest.
I'm ready.
Oh, Hal and Bill Lublin.
What?
Yeah. What's up, Bill?
Nothing much. It's good to see you guys. Even
to see you.
So small on Hal's laptop.
You got to get a bigger screen, Hal.
That's what I said.
That's what he's just saying.
Hal, your mic's not working.
Oh, hold on.
You got to jiggle the cable.
We didn't do it. We didn't do it. No. Nope, still nothing.
We did do a test.
We didn't do a tech test. Yeah,
we did.
Oh, you did?
We did.
Oh,
obviously we didn't pass the tech test.
How about that?
No.
What the hell?
How about if we do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you just share the
Yeah,
7B?
and I just
You
lean
want to
into
share?
it.
I've got this worked. Hold on. This won't work.
Oh, I know. Now he's like, he doesn't want to do the share version because the other
totally
version worked. Mm-hmm.
We haven't done anything different. Didn't you just set the mic down after we tested it?
No, it's off.
No,
Right.
it's
Back on.
it's not on.
Still not working?
No.
No.
I hate this thing. Screw it.
It's all just coming from that, Mike.
Now, can you
more
hear me?
importantly, we have a Bill Lublin. Bill, when'd you get into town?
When did I get to town? Day before yesterday, or evening before yesterday.
Right on. Is this how many times have you been up to the new spot and not down? Are you staying down beachside or?
Yes, I'm staying down at my place down beachside. You know,
beachside. My favorite LA town of beachside.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, I'm on Silicon Beach. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Silicon Beach. That must be nice on your toes.
I don't know if that references surgical augmentation or the clothing that's being worn in the area, but it is Silicon Beach now.
Yeah,
and nice. I only get up here on occasion because there are a limited number of guest pass.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got to get a stamp in his passport to make it up here.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing.
He was here before we bought. Well, when we had bought it, but before the people we bought it from had moved out, who were a very nice couple that lived nearby. We drop off their mail once in a while and text with them. And then he was here for inspections because, of course, he's been in real estate for 51 years. Is that right?
I just lost a year. No, actually, 52 years.
52. Okay.
It will be 53 in January.
Okay.
I actually got into the business 5 years before I was born.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at that.
Real time traveler.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Ridiculous.
We're here all week.
50
but yeah, they're very
years.
lovely. And the people that sold the house were very nice, but Hal and Jen are, of course, an upgrade.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, there are so many more Star Wars toys in here now.
Yeah, those last people that lived there, they didn't even have Star Wars toys.
They didn't have any Star Wars toys. And this was the son's room. You think there'd be
Speaking
one
of Star Wars toys? Toy? I haven't checked in lately with what's going on in the in our auction. There's an auction happening right now online. They just auctioned off the script for the Star Wars Holiday Special. For $1,600 it went for the original script.
Did it come with Ewoks?
It did come with Ewoks. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. They bring it to you on a chair. Like they come in.
Yeah, they waddle in.
Yeah, they waddle in.
The chair. They have now you listen to the show sometimes, right?
I do listen to the show sometimes.
How often do you listen? I'm curious. How much
I listen in streaks.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I don't know how frequently that is, but I need to be in the car long enough because that's where I do most of my listening.
Sure.
You know, or
I think a lot of people,
sometimes you guys will walk with me in the morning.
Oh, nice.
So, but I always manage to miss I will always miss the one episode he'll ask me a question about.
Yeah.
So
do you have now the people who are watching? This is meant to be a chance for them to give us feedback of stuff they like, stuff they want more of, stuff they don't like, questions they have about method and stuff. I
thought with the town hall you guys were trying to avoid being lynched.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, we don't want people to set fire to us. That would be bad.
Right.
Do you have any feedback on episodes? Were there any that you disagreed with or that you agreed with that you can remember?
I would never dare to disagree. I mean, when it is, I think at the end, once you found the answer, there should be a sound like a chisel stamping into a piece of granite, like the end of the very old Dragnet shows.
Mm-hmm. Sure. The same sound that they have at the end of every Rick Steves episode.
There you go.
Because that's their part of their, yeah.
I just think that would be to indicate to the world that you have written in stone the answer that you have come to. Just saying.
I like that. Listen, we write them in stone digitally, but I like the idea that if we're going to get that sound effect, we're going to have to actually do it. So I'm going to get some granite slabs and a chisel.
Nice.
And a class. I'm sure there's a master class online I can take.
Yeah.
Greg on wants to know, with Jim South Street closed to fire, what's the official We Got This cheesesteak place? Also, what's the We Got This official roast pork sandwich?
Well, the cheesesteak place is still Jim's. The original Jim's, that is not the original Jim's at 4th and South. I forget the location of the original Jim's, but they reopened that. And then South Street is
that the one with the upstairs that you took me to?
That was that one
with the neon sign.
Yeah, they actually bought the place next door, so it's going to be a lot bigger.
That's the one that went down to the fire?
Opening soon.
Wait, the one with the upstairs and the neon sign is the original or is the South Street one?
It's the South Street one. The original is somewhere a little further out, and that's open. So it's still, you can still have a Jim's cheesesteak. You just can't go to the Jim's location that I prefer, because it's right in the heart of South Street where we would go.
Right.
When I was a kid, we'd go to what?
And we've now lost Tony Luke's. You know, now it's Tony and somebody's.
Oh, he left the one that you love.
Well, it's not. I love where it is, because when people would come in from out of town and would want a cheesesteak, this was easy on, easy off from 95.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have a great pork sandwich, to the other question. But Hal would always bust my chops for taking people for a cheesesteak to a place with a great pork sandwich, because how do you have both? You know what I mean?
Yeah. As a Southerner, I don't think that I think that the cheesesteak question, great. I think the pork sandwich, the best pork sandwich is not going to be a roast pork sandwich. It's going to be a pulled pork sandwich, and it's going to come from Corky's Barbecue.
I can't disagree with you. I do love a pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. I grew up on pulled pork sandwiches.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing,
man,
even though I guess it comes from a very stressed pig.
Would you say that Tony Luke's is the best, or whatever it is now, Tony and Tina's wedding?
Yeah, something like that.
That is the best roast pork sandwich. John's, of course, is very famous in Reading Terminal Market.
Right. I would probably go to Reading Terminal for the better one. But again, it's convenience. And the problem is, being a Philadelphian, people come in from out of town and they go, where can I get the best cheesesteak? And the truth is, any place I take you will be the best cheesesteak you've ever had, because you've never had it in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that.
I mean,
I see where Hal gets the Philly love.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I gotta, if it weren't for me, he wouldn't have Philly love.
That's true. We wouldn't have a Hal if it weren't for you. Jeffy Baby wants to know, can you guys come to Connecticut and settle which New Haven a pizza restaurant is the best? I've never been to New Haven. I would love to try New Haven pizza, because New Haven does lay maybe the earliest claim to pizza in the United States. I think it predates Lombardi's.
Also, the hamburger was born in Connecticut, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think so.
Connecticut, also famously from a Final Jeopardy question. The question was, and I remember this because I racked my brain on it as a kid trying to figure it out. And then when they said it, I was like, that's a great one. It's the only state whose name is two opposites connected by, or two opposites separated by a vowel, which I thought was pretty cool. Connect
and cut.
Yeah.
Nice.
Reading Terminal Market has that. Such chaos. Do you want to do some trivia? You want to get some questions? What are we thinking?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some questions.
Yeah, let's do it. Ken, come on back.
Okay. Well,
is this me versus Hal and Bill? Is this the
Gagliardi
versus the Lovelace?
How about
or Bill can be Phone-a-Bill if you need help.
Phone-a-Bill.
I got nothing. I only have old trivia.
We have a gift from Leslie Troutman to the show.
What?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yes.
Wow.
Game, which means we have geography questions for you.
Groovy.
Wait, can I see that box again, please, Ken?
You can see the box.
Why does it look like she's wearing like a McDonald's or Burger King employee's hat from the 70s instead of her fedora?
Wearing like a fireman's hat.
But she wears a fedora. She's got a fedora. She's dressed like a cloak and dagger kind of spy.
I totally thought she was a crocodile and was looking behind her to see who was chasing her.
Maybe that's her action hat.
She's married to Wally Gator.
That's her Windy Day hat.
Oh, there you go.
How is Windy Day not one of the characters in there? They have Mylar Naugahyde, for Pete's sake.
Well, who wants to take the first question?
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
Mark, your question is?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, that's dated.
What?
We're not going to ask that one.
What?
Was it about Rhodesia?
There's very current events reference to that.
Oh, great.
Well, here's one. You can make fun of my pronunciation. In 1676, Campagna di Lamondier sold the first soft drink made of lemon juice, honey, and water in which European capital?
Can you spell or say the name again?
It's Campagne, Compagnie, de Lemondier, Limonadiers. In 1676, Campagne de Lemondier sold.
It sounds like French, so I'm going to say Paris because you said capital.
And the answer is Paris. Correct.
All right.
I thought you were doing your pronunciation was so interesting. I thought it was Spanish at first.
I thought it was Italian, but it means the lemonade company.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that. I was like, okay, that's French. Because it sounded at first, I thought it was because they got the big lemon thing. That's Sicily. And they do that weird sort of salty lemonade there, which is delightful, but very odd. And like, having lemonade with salt instead of sugar is bonkers, but so tasty.
Well, that's 1 point. Team Gagliardi. Right. Team Lublin. In 812 AD, the people of what country pioneered the use of paper money? What country pioneered the use of paper money in 812 AD?
I think it's China. I feel like they did everything first.
Okay, I'll go with China.
I think it's China.
The answer is China. Yeah. That is correct.
Nice.
So we're tied.
I feel like we cheated because there were two of us.
Yeah. We're pretty similar, though, so...
I mean, it's just, I think that you two work well together, and Mark is an incredible team of one.
That's right.
Speaking with Mark, where was Neil Armstrong when he completed the following sentence? That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Where was Neil Armstrong when he completed the following sentence? That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind.
Does it say a man on there, or does it say one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind?
It is bracketed, but it is the exact wording that I delivered.
The moon.
The moon is your final answer?
Well, the stairs leading down to the moon, but yeah, the moon is my final.
You are correct. The moon.
Yeah.
Wait,
I didn't know if he added the A because the A was what he was supposed to say.
Well, no, the A
I don't know if this was one of those like.
My understanding is the A was a transmission drop, which is why they lost the A. But he actually did say that as the full line.
Do you know the first the first words when going into words an American said when going into space? Spoken by Alan Shepard into his mic.
I have to pee.
You're not far off. This was as he was going up. Like Neil Armstrong, famous for that phrase. I think that Alan Shepard should be equally famous for his phrase said into the hot mic. Don't F this up, Al. But he said the word. And that was America's first space transmission sentence, which I think is brilliant.
Perfect.
Well, you did that. Team Lublin. If Carmen Sandiego marched west across Panama with the Conquistador Balboa in 1513, which ocean would she reach? If she had marched west across Panama, which ocean would she reach?
The Pacific.
Yeah, Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Was this? Wait, can I get that box again?
Hold up the part of the box where it shows the ages.
7?
Yeah, what are the ages on this?
8 and up.
Ages 10 and up.
10 and up.
Okay. I only took so long because that was so simple. It was like
you thought you were being
yeah.
That's why I thought the moon one. I was like, I mean, is this a trick? Did he get back to Wapakoneta, Ohio, and then say? I meant to say, hey man.
I mean,
is it working now?
Hal, it's not going to work.
It's not working. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, no, I think it's just super low because you had to really whap that.
You have a problem sharing a mic?
How's that?
Is that better? We share.
Oh, yeah, that's a little loud. Turn it down just a bit.
Okay, how's that?
A little bit up.
How's that?
A little bit up.
A little bit up. A little bit up. Keep talking.
A little bit louder and a little bit worse.
That's good. That works.
Okay, I had the gain wrong. There you go. Here, this is yours.
Why would you change it after we tested it?
I didn't change it.
Clearly,
I
I
don't
was just
know.
hitting the mic. So this is
Team
He shared much
Gagliardi.
better when he was younger.
yeah, really.
Team
That's an only
Gagliardi
child.
was
I didn't
complaining
share.
Yes.
as well about how
Even my
simple these
feelings.
questions were.
Okay.
So, Team Gagliardi,
I wasn't
what
complaining.
kind of
I'm
weather
delighted
event
by him.
brings flooding and intense winds to Southeast Asia each fall? What kind of weather event brings flooding and intense winds to Southeast Asia each fall?
That would be monsoons.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Typhoon.
Typhoon is
Typhoons.
correct.
Yeah, dang it.
It's a James Clavell book too, by the way. Not Typhoon, but Taipan.
Typhoon is just the like in the it's what they call a Pacific hurricane, right? It's the same thing. It's just where you are.
Yes.
Like you can't call it unless it's from the hurricane region of
I
France.
think it's
You can't call it a hurricane.
I think it's wherever the origination is
Gotcha.
where the terminology.
Right.
Well, Team Lublin got that point on the steal, so we're
Yeah.
back to Team Gagliardi.
Okay.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa, which tilts more than 17 feet, leans in what European country?
Italy.
Italy is correct. Team Lublin, which of Earth's 5 oceans is the smallest?
You know, it's not all about size, Ken.
Well,
I'm just saying, it's really.
it's not me asking the question. I would never ask a question
I understand
like this
I'm
otherwise,
embarrassed.
unless
I'm
presented.
embarrassed for the ocean.
Atlantic,
I'm
Pacific,
embarrassed for me for having to ask.
Arctic, Indian. What is the fifth ocean? What is the ocean I'm forgetting? Frank Ocean? He's
Danny
pretty small
Ocean.
compared to the others.
Danny Ocean and his
Danny
11.
Danny and Ocean.
Billy Ocean?
Is it the Indian Ocean? Is that the smallest?
Let's say Indian Ocean, or more properly, the Indigenous Peoples Ocean.
Is that your final answer?
It's by India.
So it is.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That is incorrect.
fair enough.
Mark, can you
All
steal
right.
this?
I'm going to see if I can steal it and say the Arctic Ocean.
The Arctic Ocean is correct.
Well done, Mr. Gagliardi. Well
Now
done.
we're still tied.
Frank Ocean's smaller. Than
Nice.
He is smaller than the Arctic Ocean, though. It should be Frank Ocean.
but his talent is bigger than all the oceans.
Well, is George Clooney shorter than Frank Ocean because he was Danny Ocean?
Right.
I can't get a beat on how tall he is.
He could be 6'5". He could be 5'8". I have
Yeah,
no
I
idea.
would believe both.
Well, he's a very versatile actor.
Yeah, that's how
He's
good
that
he is.
good.
So he can.
He's that good.
Is that what they call a stretch in acting? To go
Exactly,
from 5'8"
yeah.
to 6'5".
It's a real stretch.
So we're gonna do a different game right now. See
Oh.
how this works.
Okay.
This was another one that was sent by Leslie Troutman. Very
Leslie Troutman,
thank
thank
you.
you. This is very kind.
We got Linky.
Linky.
So what Linky is, there are a series of questions that have answers. And then at the very end, based on those answers, there is a question that you're supposed to use those answers to determine what the answer to your final question is. So you're building the
Okay.
answer to the final question with these
Gotcha.
answers.
So it was not just the pet name of Mary Todd for her husband.
Linky.
Yeah.
Oh, Linky. I don't
Right.
want to go to the theater tonight.
So
Thank
here
you for
is
that, Mark.
so here's how we're going to do it. There are
Uh-huh.
4 questions leading up to the final question. I'm going
Okay.
to alternate
Oh,
these questions, and then whichever team gets the final answer first gets the point for
Okay.
that. So, your first question, we're going to go. Mark got the last one. So, Team Lublin, if a cougar is a woman in her 40s or 50s who dates younger men, what is a woman in her 30s who dates younger men?
wait, what?
What is the phrase? So, if a cougar is
Say that again, though.
if a cougar is a woman in her 40s or 50s who dates
Okay.
younger men,
Yes.
what is a woman in her 30s who dates younger men?
Cradle robber.
Depends on how young they are. Are they a
Baby cougar.
baby cougar? Yeah.
It is.
Cougarette?
It is. It is not a baby cougar.
Cougarette?
Think along those lines.
Panther. Jaguar.
Mark, you know what? We're gonna do this as a team.
The cheetah.
Mark, do you want to?
I thought we're not going back and forth because can I steal?
I think we'll build up
500 times. I think
we'll build up, and then at the final, I think it's better if we have some collaboration on this.
How about a cub?
Okay. It's a puma.
It is a puma.
How do you know that?
Puma.
Because I just remember hearing all of them. It was like if you're in your 90s, it's a saber-toothed tiger. Like there's a whole bunch of them. All right.
So that is your first word for.
I already have a guess as to what the connection is.
The even distribution of weight is known as what?
Balance.
Balance. It's shoe companies.
Yeah, it's all shoe companies.
Sneakers, not shoes.
Well, sneaker companies.
Who is the Greek goddess of victory?
Nike.
Soccer moms are often found driving mini
vans. Sneaker companies.
You want these on if you're running from a bear.
Ice skates. Because you can go across the water and the bear's going to slip and slide.
Team Loveland want to try stealing this?
Track shoes?
Yes, I'll accept sneakers.
Yeah, sneakers.
So you can move quietly away from them?
Yeah.
Is that?
If they can't hear you, they won't chase you.
Yeah, right. That's what I understood.
Right.
Yeah.
Just have to run faster than the guy next to you.
We'll try.
Yeah, don't be the slowest gazelle.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll try this.
I don't have to be a lion.
We'll try one more on this.
Okay.
What is Silent Bob's best friend called?
Jay.
People who make beer are called what?
Brewers.
Baseball
teams.
Baseball, MLB teams.
Yeah.
Nice. Except baseball teams. Now I just want to see how fast you all can
We can do all of these. We can get all of these.
Yeah,
This is my favorite category in King Trivia.
Yeah.
The female tennis player who took part in the Battle of the Sexes match against Bobby Riggs is Billie Jean.
Billie Jean King.
Chess pieces.
Michael Jackson songs.
The two main buildings of New York's World Trade Center were known as the blank towers.
Twin towers.
Oh, bed sizes. Mattress sizes.
Twin, yeah.
Bed. I'll accept bed.
King twin. Yeah.
This is fascinating.
We'll
See how quickly you all can do this.
I love this
IFC's
game.
parody talk show is titled Comedy.
Wait, what?
Bang Bang.
IFC's parody talk show is titled Comedy.
Bang Bang.
Mark got it. Bang Bang.
Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoetic words.
No. Freddie Mercury was the lead singer of which band?
Queen.
Which plastic lady resides in a dream house?
Barbie.
Ice Cube and J-Lo starred in which reptilian monster movie?
Anaconda.
Yeah.
Did you see Anaconda in the theater, Hal? Did you and your dad see that? You would have been.
Yeah, they all got wrapped up in that one.
Yeah, Ken is obsessed with how many movies I saw in the theater as a kid.
I just want to know about Legal Eagles. That's all I want to know is about the trip to see Legal Eagles.
It was a great trip.
Was that in Utah? Were we in Utah? No, it was earlier than that.
Oh yeah.
It was 85.
I don't remember. There, it's all just being in a dark room with films.
Yeah.
We saw 2 movies yesterday.
That's right.
I'm trying to figure out what Bang Bang, Queen, Anaconda, and
Bang Bang,
the other
Queen, Barbie, and Anaconda were the ones you have guessed. And the clue.
Oh, they're all things in Australia.
Would you like the clue?
Yeah.
Your clue is she prefers Pink Friday.
Dolly Parton.
Regina George.
And Pink Friday is capitalized.
Pink Friday.
Pink Friday is.
I don't know.
Anaconda is what's throwing me.
Anaconda, Bang Bang, Queen.
And does any of the people of the world have a guess?
We do have a correct answer. People of the world have got it.
The people of the world got it.
Oh,
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, she does mention Anaconda. Okay.
Yeah.
Kelly G bringing it in.
Wow.
Okay, your next is if you don't pay the Pied blank for getting rid of all the rats. Okay. What is the title of Taylor Swift's colorfully named album?
Red.
The brand that brings you coffee cakes and Swiss rolls is Blank Cake.
Tasty
Cake.
Tasty is correct. One of the pioneers of feminism is Blank Steinem.
Gloria.
So Red, Gloria, Tasty, and
what was the first one?
Piper.
What was the first one?
Piper.
Oh, wait a minute. Are these Pixar? No. Piper is Pixar. Red is Pixar.
Gloria.
But I don't know about Gloria and Tasty.
Would you like your clue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your clue is don't forget about Porn Stash.
Don't forget about Porn Stash. Oh, are they characters from something?
From Ron Burgundy?
No. That is incorrect.
Are they all characters in a something?
You're
Oh, I
asking
forgot.
me.
Ken
Oh,
just,
in Boogie
I
Nights?
know.
Are they all? They're all in Boogie Nights,
Boogie Nights characters.
right?
No, that is incorrect as well.
No.
Oh, I thought he said yes.
They're all characters from something, I think.
Yeah.
Do the people of the world have it?
People of the world do not have it yet.
Tasty, Piper, Rod, and Gloria.
Red
Red, sorry.
and Porn
I can't
Stash
read my
is in
handwriting.
the clue.
Porn
Don't forget about
Stash.
Porn Stash. It's a PSA.
Aren't there's some nicknames for people in something, right?
We have an answer, people of the world. Do you want to try it one more time, or do you want to throw it to the people of the world?
People of the world, if they
they're on a
have it.
roll.
Let's see. You're on a roll. Orange
Orange
is the
and
new
the
black.
new black
There you
is
go.
correct.
I saw
This-
part
this-
of the
I've-
pilot episode.
I
I've
never saw
seen
it.
any
I
of
know.
the never seen any episodes.
And I do agree. It is fascinating to watch.
The
Your
serious
next one.
faces. All right.
Name the famous 1989 film starring Morgan Freeman and Jessica Tandy, blank,
Driving
Miss
Miss
Daisy.
Daisy.
Driving Miss Daisy. Driving.
In what type of fluid would you find plasma and platelets?
Blood.
Blood.
When someone hexes a person, it's also called casting a
Spell.
Curse. Or
Oh,
spell.
curse.
spell.
Curse?
Wait, what's
Spell.
it? Was it spell?
Spell. What is typically measured in trimesters?
For pregnancy.
Pregnancy.
Okay.
Driving,
So you have
spell, pregnancy. And what was the fourth?
blood.
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 It's like Rosemary's Baby.
Pregnancy.
Spell.
Game
Yeah,
of
it's
Thrones.
Rosemary's Baby.
Tell me if you are ready for the clue.
Driving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's the
I think
clue?
I think the clue will give it away pretty
Okay.
quickly. So
Okay.
do you want to
Great.
try? You want to?
Yeah,
we want the clue.
Yeah, we want
The
the
clue is the one thing about school that we don't miss.
Um.
Oh, is it Heather's? Is it all from Heather's? No.
No.
The one thing from school we don't miss.
Detention?
Detention.
What would
Blood.
blood have to do with that? Or
Go through the words again.
driving. Blood.
Driving.
Pregnancy.
Pregnancy and spell.
Spell.
Tests. They're all tests.
That is correct.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the clue that was going to tell us.
I mean, I feel like I miss other
Yeah.
things from school.
The worst part of school was pubescent anxiety, not
Yeah.
tests.
Right.
Tests were easy by
All
comparison.
of ninth
don't
grade.
I don't think pubescent anxiety is what you got for. Have we done the worst part of school yet?
Yes. We did best grade.
Yeah,
then
well,
we
we
did
did worst
class.
grade.
When it worst grade.
Yeah, and we definitely delved into some of the problematic things at school.
Before an election, candidates will hit the blank trail.
Campaign.
Campaign.
Correct. Which type of creature are Legolas, Dobby, and Buddy?
Elf.
Elves.
Correct?
Dungeons and Dragons terms.
No, that is incorrect. If your stepfather has a son of their own, what relation is that son to you?
Stepbrother.
Stepbrother. They're all
Will
movies
Ferrell movies.
starring Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
That is correct. The connection is Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, the campaign.
That
You
movie was
got that-
pretty
you got that in
funny.
3.
Yeah. What was the fourth one?
The fourth one was, what is the term for a person who presents a live news television program involving
Anchorman.
other contributors?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a Talladega Night with a K.
That's right.
Hey,
What-
kicking and screaming.
What color is Cookie Monster?
Blue.
Blue.
If you've taken something with the intention of returning it, you haven't stolen it. You've just
Borrowed.
it.
Borrowed. Things that wedding
in a
things.
wedding.
Yeah.
wedding things.
Something
is correct.
old, new, borrowed, and blue.
Oh, there you go.
You got it in 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can get it in 1.
Okay.
The lead
That's
singer
solid.
of No Doubt was blank Stefani.
Gwen.
Gwen.
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man
character.
people, characters.
Which 2-word female name is sometimes slang for marijuana?
Mary
Mary
Jane.
Jane.
Spider-Man
Oh, Spider-Man
girlfriend.
girlfriends.
Girlfriends.
That is correct.
Spider-Man characters, though.
No.
Well, that was pretty good. That was pretty close.
There's Felicia's got to be one of them, right?
No.
He dated the Black Cat.
Well, it wasn't Spider-Man girlfriends.
What?
Wait, what?
Who is Salt's spicy BFF?
Pepper.
Okay.
Oh, women in the Marvel universe.
No. The story goes that when John Lennon wrote Strawberry Fields, Paul McCartney went off and wrote Penny
Lane.
So your guess is
Women, comic book women.
Gwen,
No.
Mary Jane, Pepper, and Lane.
Superhero's
Their
girlfriend.
Correct.
superhero
Bill got
girlfriend
it,
last names.
completely
Right,
correct.
because you got
Superhero
Lois
girlfriend.
Lane and right.
Oh, it wasn't Marvel.
Went out of the MCU, so you guys wouldn't know anything
Yeah,
about
Lois.
it. Sorry.
Yeah.
How you talk about your love of the DC universe
Oh my
all
gosh,
the time.
all the time. Nobody loves Booster Gold as much as me.
That and Archie. Those are your two childhood. You'll defend DC.
Archie, I will go deep. I'll go real deep in Archie. If it's like pre Archie, really reflecting society, like
So pre-zombies.
witchcraft and stuff. The only witchcraft was just Sabrina showing up now and then. Now and then.
The
I didn't know she
title
was
of
an
a
Archie
famous
character.
Yeah.
the title of a famous novel by Ernest Hemingway is A Blank to Arms.
Call.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Farewell. Oh.
If a joke's
called a
second
farewell.
line
A way
is
to say
who's
goodbye.
no. If a joke's second line is who's there, what is the first line likely to be?
Knock,
Knock,
knock.
knock.
What kind of natural phenomena are Katrina, Galveston, and Okeechobee
Lakes.
The Hurricanes.
hurricanes?
There was a Hurricane Okeechobee?
Yes. Mick Jagger and Keith
Huh.
Richards are members of which iconic rock band?
The Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones.
Correct.
Farewell, knock, knock, Hurricane, Rolling Stone.
What connects? I can give you a
Farewell,
clue.
Yeah, what's the clue?
The clue is the answer is blowing in the wind.
The answer is blowing in the wind.
Farewell. Hurricane. Knock knock. And what was the fourth one?
Rolling Stones.
Things that went through Dorothy's mind in the
That-
Wizard of
oh.
Oz.
Things caused by wind?
This one is a bit more esoteric. The answer is a person.
Oh, Bob Dylan?
Oh,
Oh, they're all Bob Dylan songs?
they're all Bob
It's
Dylan.
just Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
The people of the world did get it as well.
Because he's been on a farewell tour since 1982, or is that a... That was knock, knock.
Ever since he went electric.
Knock knock on heaven, knocking on heaven's door is a Dylan song.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
see.
Complete the phrase stuck between a blank and a hard place.
Rock.
Rock.
Correct. Most automobiles run on one or two fuels, gasoline or
Diesel. Oh, WWF wrestlers. WWE, WWF.
nope.
Rock and
actors
Diesel? Come
actors
on.
who were in Fast and the Furious movies. The Rock, Vin Diesel.
It's not actors, but it's
Okay.
just
Fast and
and
Furious.
Furious. Your
Like
other
he
questions were
lifted the
N2O is the
rock
symbol
and
for which chemical compound?
What is?
N2O is the symbol for which chemical compound?
Nitrous oxide.
Nitrous.
Oxide.
And the movement of the Earth's continents relative to each other is known as continental.
Drift. Tokyo Drift. You got to learn to drift.
But you got it. I believe in you all.
Can't believe he only came back for one movie. I was so excited when I got to see him. You know, I watched all those movies in like one day.
It was
We were
great.
doing
That was a
Fast and
great
Furious movie.
weekend.
And I went from not enjoying them to
Loving
only
them.
wanting to see them and no other movies
Yeah.
being made ever. I still
When
haven't
does the
seen
new
10.
when does Fast 10 Your
came out
Seatbelts
already.
2 come out? 2?
Oh, I haven't seen part 2. I haven't seen part 1. I don't know.
Oh, part 1's great.
Probably over the summer or next year.
Jason Momoa is the best. I think he's the best villain that universe ever had.
No,
He
why
has fun
can't they
in it.
bring him to the Bond franchise playing the exact same character?
Really?
I said,
Is that a
why?
plan,
can't-
or is it-
Why
Oh.
should they should
Yeah,
bring him?
maybe they will.
Wow.
Which vitamin is
Look
created in our
forward to it.
bodies when exposed to sunlight?
Which one?
Which vitamin is created in our bodies when exposed to sunlight?
Yeah, D.
D is correct. There are 2 ways to give birth: au naturel or a what section?
C-section.
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 Letters.
First
What
4
is the
letters of the alphabet.
What is the recovery group for people who drink too much abbreviated?
AA.
It's the first 4 letters of the alphabet. The last one's B.
What North American Motor Club gives out free maps and lets you renew your license instead of going to the
AAA.
DMV?
AAA.
Battery sizes.
Batteries is correct.
Oh, there you go.
What?
Good job.
Shocking.
DC AA and AAA. Surfing professionally since the 90s, Kelly Blank has
Slater.
been crowned. Slater is correct.
Characters from Saved by the Bell.
You are correct. You got it in 1.
Amazing.
Nice.
Well done, Loveland.
Thank you.
I think
every cent of his education.
Let me guess. The other ones are Screech, Kelly.
Type of
AC.
owl.
No. Your second one is, who is Homer and Marge's second child?
Oh,
Lisa.
Lisa Turtle. Yeah.
And then
Lisa
what
Turtle was their second child.
which types of owl is named for the harsh, piercing cry?
Screeching.
Screech.
And which actor starred in The Hangover but is now mainly seen between 2 ferns?
Jack
Blank.
Galifianakis.
Zach
Correct.
Galifianakis.
There you go.
So I think we got time for 2 more, and then we'll take some final questions and any announcements we have of upcoming things that are happening. Vancouver is a Canadian city found in which province?
British
British
Columbia.
Columbia.
Correct. Complete the name of the Irish poet Blank Yeats.
William Butler.
Abbreviated to WB.
WB.
Complete the title of the Disney movie The Blank and the Hound.
Fox. Movie Studios.
Movie Studios is correct. The final question was, what does the U stand for in USB?
Universal.
Uncle. You guys know Uncle Studios. They
See
make all
that?
those movies about just slipping you one cigarette. Don't tell your parents.
I'm just Uncle Cereal Bus. Plug on in.
Your final question is, or a series of questions, complete this old-fashioned euphemism for going to the bathroom. I'm off to blank my nose.
Powder.
Powder.
Where do Pingu and his family live?
What?
Where do Pingu, Pingu, and his family live?
I don't know who Pingu is.
Neither do I, but I'm guessing Antarctica because he sounds like a penguin.
Yeah.
Very close. Where what is
Arctic?
located in Antarctica?
South Pole.
Correct.
Antarctica. Okay.
2
Place
straight
it-
lines at South Pole.
Snow.
No. 2 straight lines that will never touch can be described as which kind of lines?
Parallel.
Parallel.
The act of slicing cooked meat is called blank.
Carving?
What?
Carving is
Slicing,
correct.
cooked,
skiing.
carving.
Skiing terms.
Carve,
A
parallel.
sport where raccoon
Yeah.
eyes are a possibility.
Boxing.
What did you say prior to that, Hal?
Said skiing.
Skiing is correct.
Yeah.
You got it.
How
You
about
guys,
carving.
you got all the things.
We
Carving.
did pretty well on that.
Thank you to Leslie Troutman for sending in that and Where in the World is
Yeah,
Carmen
that's so
Sandiego.
cool.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Can either of you remember the lyrics to the Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego song? Or any portion of the lyrics to it?
Where
Yeah.
in the world is Carmen?
Yeah,
Sandiego?
Outside of the chorus.
She's been around the world.
Well,
from
New York to Carolina.
Carolina. She's a sticky-fingered filcher from Beirut down to Belize.
Berlin.
I can't remember the line after that.
Berlin down to Belize. But close.
Yeah.
Berlin down to Belize.
By the way,
Berlin.
if anyone is keeping an eye on this auction, they're currently auctioning off Tuggy
It's just
daggers from Indiana Jones and basket. It's a bunch of Temple of Doom props right now.
Did you put your bid in? $5?
I'm really tempted to get these
Wait,
Temple of
what
Doom
baskets from Temple of Doom? Like the rock
from
baskets?
what's
Or
that? I
Raiders
don't
of
know.
the Lost
Wherever
Ark, the giant baskets that Marion hid in.
This is Temple of Doom, and they
Okay,
went
so
for
it's the ones
$200.
that they
That
carry.
was it.
Well, the
Those are the only
Thuggy Daggers
baskets
would
from
be
that.
from Temple of Doom, but the
Tuggy daggers, Temple of Doom. Yeah. Oh, there's a snake. They're coming up on a screen-used snake from the Last Crusade. That's kind of cool.
so
Okay.
from the flashback to Young Indy,
And fake grails. Whoa! So they're giving away some of the grails. Sorry, I gotta stop.
they're not giving away. It's an auction, Mark.
No, they're
giving it
auctioning
away.
off. They're auctioning off some of the false grails. Why would you take that false grail? You know what happens if you drink
can take
out of it.
You just don't drink out of it.
Yeah, you can make other people drink out of it.
You can display it like the Grail Knight did. It was his collection of grails. He was a collector.
Nah, man. I ain't messing around with that.
So announcements of things coming up. Do you want to talk about? We have a holiday guest coming up for Thanksgiving week's episode.
Oh, you're gonna love it. Yeah,
we
it's
do.
Very exciting.
First,
we don't want to say who.
If you have the wrong grail and you scoop the water out of it, but then you pour it into like a Dixie cup and drink it, do you just get a little bit older? Do you think like it has residual?
Yeah,
effects?
does it attack the water? Yeah,
but it already touched the grail, so
yeah,
it already shows poorly.
Right, but then you poured it into a cup, so you don't get like the full. You chose poorly. You don't still turn into a skeleton and die, right?
But you already made the poor choice.
You made the choice. I think it was less about the physics of it.
But I'm not aging that much more. Well, I do age pretty fast. I feel like, all right.
Listen, look, I've made poor choices too, and I'm aging quicker than I should.
Yeah.
I just personally, I want to announce Laguna Playhouse Cinderella for the holiday season. Anyone in Southern California, come see it. See me and Jeff Sumner playing the Wicked Stepsisters.
And Jeff Sumner, you worked with before. People might not know.
Jeff Sumner and I were genies together. Yeah, from when we did our Bit of a Chat Genies edition.
If you want to hear a 3 Genies edition of Bit of a Chat,
that's right.
Is you and Dylan White and Jeff, right?
Do you want to explain what you're doing down in Laguna Beach?
You're doing panto, right?
I'm doing a proper British panto. It's the Lithgow panto. They've been happening in LA for years. It's for those who don't know, which I did not, it is a British theatrical tradition around the holidays that was born out of Commedia dell'arte, grew from there, and for centuries now has been a way for British families to see a fairy tale live on stage, get a little bit of Christmas cheer, and also laugh at the wisecracking jokes of male actors playing female characters, which has been a tradition of this going way back, and making modern reference jokes the same way that Jeff and I did in the Aladdin musical.
And a lot of audience interaction as well. It's a
lot of audience interaction. There's always a weird scene where ghosts creep up behind someone and the audience has to yell, "They're behind you." It's one of these, it's just always in it. It's one of those weird things. It's cool.
So if you want to see a lot of British expats in the audience with you, seeing a proper panto. How long is it playing?
Through the end of the year. Like December 28th.
I've seen you in multiple holiday shows. I'm sad that I'm missing this.
Oh,
but not the best holiday show. You saw him in the best holiday.
No,
I saw him in 2 great holiday shows. I saw him performing a musical review live outdoors, and then we rode a camel.
We did. Yeah, that was at Winter Wonderland.
And then I saw you at Six Flags.
That's right. Home for the Holidays.
Show ever.
Best musical numbers ever. We'll share it on the YouTube channel later. Hal, what do you have coming up?
I think we might go see some movies. I have to take him. He has some errands he needs to run. That's what's going on.
Oh, what do you
No, I mean, in addition to this show, you can listen to Tights and Fights if you're a wrestling fan. That isn't the other Max Fun show I host, as well as Good Morning Night Vale. Please stream or buy on DVD or whatever way you want the Venture Brothers movie. I am in that, and I can talk about it now. It was released mid-strike, or like the strike started and then it hit services. But also the movie Quiz Lady, which has just come out on Hulu. I did looping for that. So the reason I got that job is because they wanted somebody who could do a Philadelphia. I spent, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, something like that.
Bill, have you heard his performance?
Yes.
In it yet?
I don't know. I don't know that you know. I don't know that he knew the movie.
Oh no! I actually
Hal,
know
this
the
is
movie,
your father.
Know you were in
you
it.
should tell him about.
Hey, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Exactly.
Hal, tell your dad about the things you're in and you're doing.
Yeah, that's it. I'm in that movie. I haven't watched it yet. I've been waiting for Jennifer's out of town. I've been waiting for her to get back to watch it with her. It's it's interesting when you're looping. You never get to see the whole movie. You just see bits and pieces of it. But from what I saw, I was like, oh, this looks like a great cast and like it's going to be a very good movie.
Sandra Oh and Aquafina and Will
Ferrell, Jason Schwartzman.
It's very good.
Yeah, and then I'm in various scenes, including one in a Philly bar. There's a Phillies game on in the background, that I called half of the inning of.
See, I'm watching this movie in the middle of the night, and I didn't know it was set in Philly. And I thought, oh, it's set in Philly. This is a Hal movie.
Mm-hmm.
Hal will be excited that there's a Philly thing that's out
Yep.
there. And then I watched credits. And so here I am at 3:30 in the morning watching these credits, and I see Hal's name scroll by. And it was enjoyable and delightful to see. I was very happy for you because you didn't tell us exactly. You had mentioned, I remember you mentioning a loop group you were part of, but not what you were doing it for.
Yeah, I think I probably had to sign something. But
So it was a happy surprise.
That is the first time in all the years I've been doing voiceover work, which is now 20 or 21 years, the first time I've ever been paid by Disney for something. So that was a big deal for me to actually finally get to work for them.
And yet you have spent most of your life paying Disney for things.
We're way far away from even.
Not going to balance those scales anytime soon.
Yeah, that ain't happening. But also,
and you work with Will Ferrell. You've now said you worked with Will Ferrell. You're in a Will Ferrell movie.
Finally. But I would also encourage everybody, if you're planning on seeing the Marvels, go see it this weekend. Like, it's important. It's still important, even in this day and age, that films do well in their opening weekend. And this feels like one that got review bombed, just like the original Captain Marvel, but didn't have the benefit of being released before the pandemic and before everybody's viewing. It's a good question. Probably Tom McCarthy more than anybody, because he's the current play-by-play guy, T-Mac. But I encourage you to go see the Marvels. Those things do matter, especially for big movies like that. And we need more good stories like that being told in that world. And financial success is the way to do it in a time where the balance sheet is more important than anything else to these studios.
I concur. It was a very enjoyable film, and I would recommend that everyone go see it. And
I might make him go see it again today.
Yeah, but don't. I'm going to give you a warning. Don't see it in 3D and sit on the right-hand side of the screen.
In the front.
Okay, so I have a question. I have a question about this because Hal told me that you went to go see it and you had the worst possible seating for a 3D experience.
Right, because I let my son choose the seats.
But
I didn't know.
And I'm assuming this was a reserved seat.
Yes.
Right.
Screening.
Yeah,
but
which they all are out here now.
But then I asked Hal, how crowded was it? And he said it was not very crowded. So why didn't you, when everyone had seated and it seemed like everyone was there, get up and move to a more suitable seat in a near empty theater?
Well, because essentially we're rules followers.
Yeah.
Right. That was the seat we bought. We were there. But I do have to say, while I'm watching the movie, that was because it was 3D and we were off to the right, it was kind of distracting.
Right, because you're getting that weird parallax.
Right. And I'm going through the
that.
movie and I'm just giving Hal like it's only so. And then I asked him what was the worst, like what would I have disliked more in the Marvel universe than this movie? But as I'm playing the movie back in my mind, the movie was really cute. The characters interacted really well. There seemed to be a lot of great effects happening, but we will never again sit on the right side up, like just sit in the people of the world, sit in the middle of the row facing the movie. It's much better. That's how they thought everybody was going to watch it. I'm just saying.
Real D is a scam.
But we may go see it again today because
I saw it in 3D.
So Real D is supposed to be able to see from any angle. Is that the deal?
No,
but it just
no,
isn't.
it's not. 3D, I saw it in 3D and I sat dead center because I was seeing it in 3D. So,
well, aren't you?
But I also would have got up and moved if I saw an empty theater. I would have and I knew everyone had seen after the credits. I mean, after the trailers, if I knew we're into the movie and I'm not disturbing anyone to just get up and move, because when I saw it, there was one other person in the theater. So I would not have been disturbing anybody to move a couple of seats over. I would have moved, but that's just me. But I would have been absolutely sure that those seats were not taken. And if someone had come in, I would have, of course, surrendered their seat to them.
Maybe.
Well, yeah. I mean,
depends on what scene.
Movie started rules.
Hold on. I will not be rolled over here and tossed under the bus.
You've already been rolled over and tossed under the bus, by the way.
Let me say this to you. If you are in a theater where you're an appropriate distance away from the screen, it does not matter where you sit because This was like the where we were sitting was terrible. It was the equivalent of, and I know I've told this story on here, the time that Jennifer and I went on Soarin' Over California when it was still Soarin' Over California, and she wanted to sit all the way on the right, and I sat on the very end, and then she sat one in, and and all.
Why does she want to sit all the way over on the right?
I don't know, but
so you saw half a screen.
I saw half the screen and the mechanic
and the full curvature.
And I just kept tapping her, and she would look over, and I would be like this, staring at the mechanics the whole time. So we had fun. We laughed. We laughed a lot, but it was a similar experience in that you couldn't really get immersed in the film properly. But from a correct distance, that would not have been a problem at all. Promise.
I'm just going to say, and I don't mean this to be political, though it does apply. The far left and the far right is not where the joy is found. It's in the center. I'm just saying.
Oh, look, these were in my pocket still.
Oh my God.
Nice.
The bag? Oh, you kept them?
No. I put the glasses in the recycling bin.
Are you going to put that with your toys in the background?
Maybe.
There, now it's displayed.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Part of the collection. But do you now want to tease episode coming up for Thanksgiving?
Boys, Thanksgiving
do we want to announce who our guest is?
Oh, we did. We asked them for questions and they knew who the guest was. But now it's sort of like confirming it's for Thanksgiving week is our big.
Yes, Paget will be out week after next.
Yep.
And I might even post it early because I do not remember what is running this week. Ken?
This week is best holiday flavor.
Oh yeah, we're getting into the holidays a little early.
Oh yeah.
With best holiday flavor coming up.
We're not a little early. This is reasonable time to start doing holiday episodes.
Well, people are starting to think about their cooking for the holidays. It's a good way to kick off with that. And then they have a nice clean slate of a whole bunch of topics with Paget.
I'll be in Philadelphia. Right. I'll be a guest at his house and still cooking.
Look at that. So are you counted as a guest when you're in your parents' house?
No, not really. Yeah. There's still a bunch of my stuff there.
You ain't company.
I told Ken that my dad and I have talked, but this was your idea.
Yeah.
Let's get a truck. We'll rent a small truck or a van or something, whatever. We'll load everything up and we'll drive across the country together to here.
After next week's trash pickup, it'll only need to be a small car.
And what's great is you both can catch up on We Got This episodes on the drive.
No, I don't listen.
Look at that.
It's good. There's a lot of Mark episodes.
It's always like, when are you going to do it? Every time I'm going to Philadelphia, so you're going to send a box of toys back? Because
so here's the thing. I want you to pick up my Star Wars toys that are hidden somewhere in my aunt's attic in Quakertown. So I need you to recover those that I haven't seen in 30 years.
It's not a problem, but why would you want them on the West Coast?
Well, I figure you're just going to make your way down and over. It's kind of on the way.
No, we'll head straight west.
We're going to go like
do that whole.
Just 95 down. You could just 95, then you can pick up 40, and 40 will take you right in.
Here's what we're going to do.
But I want to do 66.
Ken, do you know what
But you'll be doing that on the way back.
I want to see the world's largest ball of twine or whatever.
Yeah, and then we're going to put all your figures in it, and then you can find them. It'll be like Double Dare. You have to unravel the ball of yarn.
Wow. Then they're going to put a big ear out there that you have to walk through, the ear full of peanut butter. And yeah.
I love that there's a really big tire outside of Detroit.
Yeah.
Like really big. Like it never came off a truck. And someone said, I'm going to make a piece of art and it's going to look like a tire. Just saying.
There you go.
Ken is setting up a scavenger hunt.
I just think that you know what? Maybe it should be like a Amazing Race. Mark, do you want to form a team? So we got Team Loveland, and you and I. We'll see
You turn.
Who gets across country first?
Nice. We need to wrap this up, guys. This has been delightful.
Yes.
We should say to all of the people of the world. The world's largest something in Kansas. I do like, if you're driving cross country, visit Carhenge and the Corn Palace and whatever is the world's largest something in Kansas. Right. To all of the people of the world who have joined us today, thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for listening to the show. We would not do this show without you. There are many more topics out there to discuss. So please reach out to us via email. We got this podcast at gmail.com or
You can join the Facebook group where many of you are probably watching this right now, facebook.com/group/podcast. Thank you, Dad, for joining us. For
Bill Lublin.
You're driving up here anyway, but
my pleasure. My pleasure.
Thanks for coming
Mark,
on.
it was so great seeing you, though I'd much
It's great
rather
seeing
see
you
in person.
too. I know. We'll make that happen soon. I'm not far.
It's true. You're not far at all.
But yes, thank you to everybody out there. Thanks to Ken. Thanks to researcher Kate McManus, who is here right now. We can say thank you in person, Kate.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you for coming and checking these out, Fox Girls. This has been a blast. And to all of the people of the world, thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.